So good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again. And we are going to do a press conference reaction for our game against Crystal Palace. Monday nights. Monday. Why do we have to wait till Monday, man? And why does it feel we always play Crystal Palace on a Friday or a Monday? Anyway, smash the like button. That'd be great. Big up to everybody who's been subscribing to the channel. Pushing forward to the 86k people. So come on, let's get that boxed off real quick. And we can push up towards 90. Come on. I want that 100k by Christmas. Big up to everybody who's tuning in. Also, go and check out the second channel. Just dropped a video about the Qatari bid. The Glazers don't appear to be selling the club. It was apparently never for sale. So go and check that video out. That was funny. I enjoyed making that video. So go and check that out. Lee reacts. Also, make sure you come and check me out on a watch along tonight. Nottingham Forest, Friday night football against Sheffield United. I'll be doing that straight on the second channel. As soon as I've finished on here with Henry Wright. I'm on here with Henry 7 p.m. I'm on with Rants at 5 p.m. on his channel. Loads and loads of watch-alongs coming up as well. Tomorrow night, Man City versus Newcastle. Lee Reacts, second channel. Also, Sunday, West Ham versus Chelsea. Lee Reacts, second channel. Monday, we're back on here. Sunday night as well, we're doing the podcast on here. So, listen, I'm mad busy over the next couple of days. Looking forward to it. Loads of good games coming up this weekend, including Arsenal Palace. So, yeah, get your comments and super chats in down below. Leave a like on the video, sub to the channel. Let's get this channel pushing up. And before we head to Crystal Palace, our first away day of the campaign, Mikel Arteta held his pre-match press conference at London Colney on Thursday morning. After a busy few days that has seen us start the Premier League season with a win, marred by the serious injury of Jurrien Timber and the capture of David Raya from Brentford, the boss discussed those topics and more ahead of our trip to Selhurst Park. Here's what he had to say. On the Jurrien Timber injury, it is a huge blow, especially for having just joined the football club. To have an injury that is that huge is a massive disappointment for him. Obviously, for the team, it's a big blow because we recruited him with clear intentions of what he was bringing to the team. And that was evident. And now he's not going to be with us for most of the season. We have to adapt. These things happen, unfortunately, and we have to move on. And we do have to move on. Listen, we can't sit there feeling sorry for ourselves, licking our wounds. We just got to pretend he ain't here at all. Oh, yeah, but if we had you in Tim, no, we can't be doing all of this if, buts, and maybes. We deal in absolutes, mates. Big up James. Anyway, Jurrien Timber's reaction to his injury. He said he's been very good, to be honest. Special character. He knows. And I think he's started to realise the extent of the injury and the amount of time that he's going to be out. But he's in a good place and we're willing to help him. We're all very close to him, but it's going to be a long journey. And it is. Whether this changes his attitude to the transfer market. Now, this is a question that a lot of people have put to me. Lee, do we need another left back? Well, first and foremost, he ain't a left back. Secondly, don't worry. The virtue signalling left back is back in training. Apparently, he was the missing piece of the jigsaw last season. So, why is everyone so concerned? He's the superstar, right? Passion merchant, clap merchant, huddle merchant, Krychenko. But anyway, I'm more thinking about the resources that we have within the team. There you go. To keep doing what we want to do. It is true that he has given us very difficult things in terms of what we could do on both sides. But again, these things happen. We have to be prepared. And whether it's another opportunity for Kieran Tierney, he said it's an opportunity for everybody. We're going to need everybody, and everybody is going to be important. The numbers that we have in the squad, especially in those positions, is more limited now. So everyone has to be ready. Is Kieran Tierney still part of his plans? He said, well, he played in the Community Shield. So a player that played 5 days before in the final is part of the plans for sure. That is a barefaced lie, by the way. I don't care what he says. That is a lie. And what David Raya brings to the squad, he said, better qualities for our game model. What does that even mean? I'm baffed. Better qualities for our game model. Okay, why don't you say it brings better passing out from the back? Makes it sound sexy. Better qualities for our game model. It's very simple. We want two players per position that can do that. And you saw what happened to Jurrien. It can happen to our goalkeeper. It happened to Thibaut Courtois. You need to be prepared. because the question is, will be, what is it 2 goalkeepers of this size? And if Aaron was to sustain a cruciate injury, then what do you say? It changes everything. So we have to be prepared and we have to be proactive. Wow. Not reactive, Mikel, like your subs. No? Okay. And we have 2 excellent goalkeepers now that fit exactly what we want in our model. Is this the new buzzword for the season? Our model. Jesus Christ. So I'm happy with that. No, I'm happy with the signing as well. And whether there is a number 1, he said in any position. So 9, 7, 11, 6 goalkeeper. No, there isn't. There you go. Big words. Fix up, Ramsdale. On Alexander Zinchenko's fitness, Alex is doing well. He's been in training with us and hopefully we're going to have him available soon. Now, he did actually play in a behind closed doors friendly where we slapped up Luton Town 3-0 the other day. Was it yesterday? Maybe it was yesterday. My baller, the baller that I've been calling my baller for a while, by the way, whilst he was at Brighton, Trossard. Yeah, my baller, the one that most of this fan base is scared to start games because it means we actually start winning. And they're happy being plucky losers. My baller scored twice. But there we go. Zinchenko did actually play in that game. Other team news. He said no new concerns, not after the game. Gabriel Jesus is not available. But the rest are all good. On Kai Havertz's start to his Arsenal career, he said he's fitted in really well. I think he played a really good game against Man City. He has now had 2 big chances to score. And he didn't. Well done. Well done. The other day as well, he played 2 different positions throughout the game. One more as a number 8 and one more as a number 10. So I'm really happy with what he's bringing to the team. His intensity, his mobility, and his threat. What threat? He's missed 2 big chances. You just said that. His understanding of the game and the spaces. And the way he's fitted in around the boys as well. I'm really, really happy with him. Okay. And if he's satisfied his defense is strong enough despite Jurriën Timber's injury. He said, we didn't plan for the injury, so we have to assess now what the options are and the best way to get the best out of the players. I cannot control anything that is not here. We are always open, and we always have been open to react to something if it happens. There you go. So you are reactionary, not proactive. Cool. Thanks for clearing that up. And not only with the injury, but in the market as well. So that is what we are doing. The positives from the Forest win, he said the dominance of the game. Quite sure about that one, Mikel. But anyway, we move. The amount of times that we played in the territory that we want to play. Oh, the territory. I didn't just say the final third. All of these buzzwords from these hipsters, man, it's mad. The amount of chances we created. Was he watching a different game? We conceded in the first half, that was directly after the second ball. We conceded a chance, in the first half. They hooked it and they went clean through. Then they countered after a set play with both coming from a goal kick and one coming from a corner. But after that, nothing else. When you dominate a game as much as we did the other day, and the situations that you have, the final pass is still not neat or good enough to finish the actions better. We have to improve. On being more clinical, he said we have to be. When you play games of that type, you have to finish 3, 4, 5. Well, maybe start Trossard, mate. We didn't do that, and that is why the Premier League, if you give something to the opponent, it's always going to be a nervy ending. Bukayo Saka's development, he said, I think it keeps growing year by year. Yes, it does. And you set him new targets, and he sets himself new targets and new demands, and seems to complete those. He is extremely hungry and willing to learn and improve and to become the player that decides a game every 3 days. That's what he has between his 2 eyes. He is very focused, the boy, and does everything to do that. The way he trains, the way he prepares himself, the way he lives his life, I'm very happy. So he needs to keep doing what he's doing. On the goalkeeping situation, we had different goalkeepers that were questions as well. We have 2 excellent goals. I didn't even know Runnelson's still here, by the way. See that yesterday. But anyway, we have Jorginho, Thomas, and Declan as midfielders, so there's no problem. Don't know why he's gone on to midfielders. We want to get better every single day, better environment, and we have to change to be better. We tend to always be at a certain level. And when you change the environment is 100 every day. And believe me, it's a level increase on the pitch. I have no idea what he's waffling. And if he believes our strikers can score 20 goals this season, said we haven't had that player, but we have managed to be extremely competitive without that player. It means the goals have been shared around, but nobody can sign a piece of paper to say that this season we will score 20, 25 or 30 goals. We don't know. If somebody knows, please raise your hand. Martin Odegaard scored 15 last season. Before that, he scored 3 or 4. That is why we're working on the best possible ways to encourage those players and understand there is no limit to how good they can possibly be. I'm sure that we have players that can score 20 goals, which basically says we're not signing a striker. Cool, got ya. On which team we're supporting the Women's World Cup? Nobody cares. Genuinely, nobody cares. On whether he has been given assurances he can bring in new players, it's never my own decision we make as a club. A lot of people involved. There are a lot of elements to that. But my focus is on just getting the best out of the squad that we have right now. We're in the middle of competition. We are open in the transfer market both ways because we still have things to do both ways maybe, but that is my aim. On whether he can rule out any defenders leaving, he said there are not any plans on doing anything like that. Rob Holding stays, people, unless he's a bullshitter, which we know he is. On whether the recent injuries to the likes of Timber, De Bruyne and Mings are a result of increased schedules. So there was also Buendia, happened to Courtois, Militao. There is something there, but you can say there has been games in the past where we've been on tours, but the games plus the tours, plus the World Cup in December, plus this, plus that, plus internationals, there is a lot. And it's too much for the players, incredibly demanding when you have when you see the next 36 months of the calendar for those players. It's not it's just better not to look at it because it is incredible what they're going to have to be doing. We need to look after them, but as a club, when you do look after them, you need to prioritize competitions. Wow. Okay. So we really need to be sitting down, but it's already too late, at least for the next 36 months. I don't know who needs to raise a voice here, but there are some big worries on that. Okay, well, maybe stop going on pre-season tours, playing teams like Man United in America, mate. Why don't you just stay in England and do pre-season? Yeah, why don't you just stay in England and do pre-season? Play against each other at Colney. Just an idea, mate. Oh, no, you can't do that because you need the money. Of course you do. Yeah, you want the money, the revenue coming in. Of course you do. Now, listen, let's see what else they got on their website. Let's see what else we can go through. Any stats and facts. Where's the tactical insight mob? Let's have a look. Where's the tactical insight merchants? The tacticos. Where are the tacticos? I can't see anything. So maybe... oh, Alex Runderson's joined Cardiff City on loan. Look at that. Can't get rid of him for any money, so we're loaning him. What a waste of a signing that was. Anyway, that concludes the press conference. I am looking forward to the game. I do think we'll actually win the game. Listen, they're not great, Crystal Palace. They don't seem to have many goals in their team. Big plus Elise staying for them. But let's be real, he is out injured. So what have they got? They ain't really got a great deal that worries me, if I'm being honest. Although saying that, Decore in midfield is a big, strong lad that is being courted for 80 million by Liverpool. So he's obviously got some level of talent there. If we don't get our game together and if we play with Kai Havertz in midfield, could be a long day, people. So I expect Declan Rice and Thomas Partey in midfield. But keep your eyes peeled. I will drop a preview for that, probably tomorrow. So keep your eyes peeled. I'll do a proper preview. We'll go in depth about it properly. I'm not a tactico. I don't claim to have any tactical insight. I'm not going to claim that we're playing like 90s Barcelona under Cruyff. No. I'm just going to say it as it is rather than waffling to try and make myself look more educated on football than I actually am. And on that bombshell, boom, 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 we are out of here. So make sure you are smashing the like button. Sub to the channel. Sub to Lee Reacts, second channel. I'm with Rants and Bants at 5 p.m. UK time on his channel. Back on here at 7 p.m. with Henry Wright TV. Straight back on Lee Reacts for the Nottingham Forest Sheffield United game. Looking forward to that, actually, because I do think Nottingham Forest is going to slap them. I can't lie. I think there's going to be a lot of goals in that game tonight. So, yeah, leave your comments and super chats down below. Adios, amigos.